76ers guard Paul George recently got suspended 25 games for violating the NBA's anti-drug policy. The league announced on Saturday. It was talked about saying that Paul George took some improper medication in terms of seeking medication for his mental health. Paul George went on to say that over the past few years, I've discussed the importance of mental health. In the course of recently seeking treatment for an issue of my own, I made the mistake of taking an improper medication. I take full responsibility for my actions and apologize to the Sixers organization, my teammates, and the Philly fans for my poor decision-making during this process. I am focused on using this time to make sure that my mind and body are in the best condition to help the team when I return. I'm going to start from a basketball perspective. This hurts the 76ers a great deal, in my opinion. PG was having a pretty decent season, coming back from all the injuries he sustained, looking at 16 points a game. What Philly fans thought they would be getting when they signed Paul George to that lucrative deal that he had up to $51 million guaranteed annually. So they're 10-10 right now this season without Paul George. They're a little bit better with him, obviously. This is a team that I think a lot of people believe still that if Philly can keep it together, that they can challenge for the Eastern Conference crown. The Eastern Conference is not exactly, a gauntlet this year. There's no clear-cut favorite where it's like that team can't be beat. And people think that Philly should be talked about more in the mix. My thing is with Philly over the past few years has always been, well, if they put it together, if they stay healthy, if Embiid can play, if. It's always been if they can do this, and they never can. So I'm of the mindset where if I have to constantly search for if you can do this, if you can do that, that doesn't give me a lot of confidence in you as a team. Paul George has been one of my favorite players to watch over the years. And it's sad. It was sad for me to see that because I know that you never hear about Paul George being involved with anything that, violates any NBA rules, over the course of his career. And so when I saw his name being attached to the suspension, I was shocked because this is not something that you see associated with Paul George's name. He doesn't get in trouble. He doesn't get suspended. That rarely, if at all, has any issues that the league feels the need to step in. Shaq recently came in and blasted Paul George for failing that drug test. Again, this is a 16-year veteran. And Shaq went on to say this. He said, they give us a booklet on what to do, what not to do. They give us a booklet. They also give you inside the booklet how long it takes to get rid of something. So I don't want to elaborate on what he was doing, but stuff like this should not happen because they give you a booklet. Don't take this, this, and this. The letter of the law, do not take any of these things. When you've been in the league this long, you know what it is. They test you 3-4 times a year. I do understand where Shaq's coming from. If you're a 16-year veteran in the NBA, you want to make sure that whatever you're doing, you want to make sure that it goes along with the league's protocol. I feel like now Paul George's doctor, whoever that is, maybe his personal doctor is not affiliated with the NBA and has no idea what all of the rules entail. So I think this could have been avoided had Paul George himself had a conversation with maybe Adam Silver, the commissioner of the NBA, to say, hey, look, this is what's going on. This is my mental health medication. Is there anything in here that could possibly cause me an issue? That's where I feel like PG dropped the ball there. Not to say that, and look, I'm not in any way, shape, or form trying to challenge this man for his mental health. I'm not challenging, the fact that he needed medication. I'm all for it. But with your profession and with the rules and regulations that they have, I think if PG had just picked up the phone and talked to Adam Silver about what's going on and just try to make sure that he covers his tracks and make sure, hey, is this medication okay for me to take in regards to the NBA's drug law? And then this whole situation, in my opinion, could have been avoided. But basketball-wise, this is definitely a huge blow to the 76ers who need PG, need his veteran leadership as they try to go through the Eastern Conference. And while managing Joel Embiid's health, the responsibility shifts even more to Tyrese Maxey. It shifts more to VJ Edgecombe, the rookie who's been playing very good basketball this season. And, of course, Joel Embiid. These guys will go, in my opinion, as far as those three guys take them with Paul George being sidelined for the next 25 games.